listening to the Digitally Irresistible podcast, where we cover the optimization of digital technologies and irresistible people. Brought to you by iQor. Each episode features someone who sheds a little more light on the ins and outs of delivering a great employee and customer experience that has a measurable impact on the business. And now, here's today's guest. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Digitally Irresistible podcast. I'm your host, Bernie Borges. Today's featured guest is William Huggins, DBA. Welcome, William.
Welcome, Bernie. It's a pleasure being here.
Glad to have you, William. You know, William, you are the Vice President of Operations and the country lead at iQor Trinidad, and I am excited to discuss your purpose-driven approach to leading the iQor team in Trinidad. Now, you recently completed your doctorate in business. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you achieved that with a concentration in customer experience. So I want to hear from you how you're applying your work experience, your education, and your purpose-driven approach to leading the iQor team in Trinidad. Now, before we do that, before we get into that, as you know, I always like to begin sort of at the beginning, your backstory. Tell us, how did you get to iQor?
Well, Bernie, it's a long story, but I will keep it brief. I would say my past role and purpose have led me here. Having worked in several industries in different roles such as marketing, sales, business development, customer experience, I would say of all the roles, my most intriguing moments have been in the contact center space. So when the VP of Operation and Country Lead position in Trinidad became available at iQor, I couldn't resist the opportunity to apply my professional experience, my education, my passion for the local economy. As you know, iQor is a dynamic, innovative, customer-centric organization that is passionate about its people, its customers, and the local economy in which it operates.
So, William, you have said that you are purpose-driven as a leader. What do you mean by that?
Okay, let me explain. So for many years, Trinidad and Tobago economy has been driven by oil and gas, which, while there have been many discussions around the diversification of the economy, it has been slow in coming. Because of my involvement in the BPO industry for several years, and I have always had a desire to assist and drive the development of the BPO industry as an alternative revenue earner for the Trinidad economy, iQor provide the opportunity for me to influence the diversification in Trinidad and Tobago and create jobs for my fellow Trinidadians. Hence, my passion is to develop iQor TT as the best place to work and the most attractive and dynamic contact center location for our clients. Also, our people are local, Bernie. Everyone is from Trinidad, right? I grew up here and I know the passion that our people have as regards to driving performance and a culture of service. So for example, this is demonstrated by one of our teams who is supporting a client in the home service industries, which rank iQor Trinidad as their #1 BPO among all contact centers globally. And you know what? We are currently leading the pack this year again with this client. This is phenomenal performance. And this just epitomizes our culture for driving performance with service.
My next question, and look, I think I know the answer to this question, but I want to ask you because I want our viewer and our listener to hear it from you. And that is, why do you feel so strongly that iQor is a great place for your local Trinidadians to work?
Well, what I can say, Bernie, is before coming here, I heard iQor had an irresistible culture, which I could now attest to. We do have an irresistible culture. And we have a lot to offer our local talent. It is an exceptional place for young people to start their career, and there's opportunities for people further along their career as well who may be interested in other roles, besides frontline agents, such as HR, IT, facilities, operations, finance. We provide all that opportunity for our local Trinidadians. And you know what is interesting, Bernie? In the midst of a pandemic, we are so fortunate at iQor that we are expanding. Our employee count currently is approximately 1,350. And we continue to grow rapidly and expand through existing programs and also through new clients who want to come to Trinidad. This is a real exciting time for anyone to come on board to work at iQor TT.
I agree. I agree. Fantastic. Again, purpose and passion. Love it. Love it. So let's talk a little bit about your leadership style. Describe how you're converging your work experience, your education, and that purpose and that passion to lead the team of 1,350 and growing population of Trinidadians at iQor.
It starts with our people, all right? As I mentioned before, we have a unique culture that makes us competitive and difficult to replicate. My job is to harness this culture and bring out the best in our people. Secondly, to encourage a free flow of ideas. Each employee has something to contribute. I have seen in my previous job where we have been able to come up with initiative to reduce costs, and it has come not only from the executive, but it has come from persons lower down in the organization. So everybody do have a contribution to make. And it's also to create great leaders. I want to be able, we have some young talent here, young, bright persons, and you want to create some great leaders and enhance the working environment to make this the best place to work. Also, I want to foster a culture of performance that surpass our clients' expectation and build a platform for unprecedented growth. We are growing and we need to build out our team for growth. And finally, to continue to collaborate with key stakeholders such as InvestTT, Ministry of Trade, universities, chambers, to help, the iQor in terms of trying to drive that diversification in the economy. And also, an important thing too, we have been very visible and we want to be even more visible among our community. So, we have a plan for corporate social responsibility initiatives, which we want to further rolled out, in the coming years.
Fantastic. Well, that was, feel like that was a speech in and of itself that's very well deserving of describing your leadership style and how you're achieving that. So thank you for sharing that, William. So I have just one more question for you, and you know what that is. We always like to end each episode with this question, and that is, when you're not working, William, what do you like to do for fun?
Benny, my family say I'm always working. All right. But you know what? I love what I do, right? So I'm always having fun while I'm working. But what I will also say is that I look forward to traveling with my family on vacation. Prior to the pandemic, we did a lot of cruises and we visit a number of different countries. And we like going to the countries and exploring the different culture, the food, etc. So I'm looking forward to post-pandemic, to start back traveling, and we all looking forward to that. We usually have fun times when we do it. And additionally, I love sports. So, on weekends, I try to catch up with football, basketball, cricket. These are some sports that, that I truly love. So, yep, I try to make, fun time of everything that I do.
Fantastic. Well, I can see that you have fun while you work because of your passion. So I just want to thank you, William, for taking the time to come on this episode, share your backstory, and just help us understand how you're applying your work experience, your education, your leadership style, your purpose, your passion for driving the continued growth that we're seeing at iQor Trinidad. You're our leader there, and you're making a difference. Thank you so much, William.
Thank you, Bernie. And it has been a pleasure being here on your show.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Digitally Irresistible podcast, where we cover the optimization of digital technologies and irresistible people, delivering a great employee and customer experience that has a measurable impact on the business. Brought to you by iQor. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast player so you don't miss future episodes.